Hello everyone, this is Mistress Nightmare here, and we're going to continue reading Rose, the Shade of Love and Lust, Chapter 10. I'm sorry I haven't been updating the story lately due to the fact that my college classes have started way earlier than scheduled, so my recording time has been cut in half during the time that I'm helping my friend Luna and her channel working on the mini-series that you guys will actually be looking forward to seeing, because she's using one of the original fan fictions I've written, the very first one, into this series. Anyway, let's stop talking about Minecraft. I'm going to continue reading this chapter. Before we get started, please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you guys want more creepypasta fan fictions out there. Until then, let's get started. My blue eyes snapped open as I felt someone pressing up against my back. Looking over my shoulder, I saw Fender laying with me, asleep, with his arms wrapped around my waist. My cheeks heat up as I remembered everything what happened last night. Did he just say that he loves me? I wonder as his breath tickled my neck. I blushed deeply as I tried to pull away, but failed as Fender woke up. Where do you think you're going, my sweet Rose? He asked, pulling me closer to him. I opened my mouth about to answer, but interrupted by something crashing into the window from the room. What the hell? Fender yells, holding me closer. I looked underneath the covers, and I looked to see Noah standing in the room with a strange mask on her. It was a dark gray mask with a large white smile painted on it. The eyes were red with what looks like blood around the orange pupils. She looked at me and Fender. Give her back, Fender, she said coldly. All the warmth from her once cheery voice gone as she stared at the both of us. Her black and red colored hair was swinging furiously in the small breeze, and her hoodie shadowed half of her face. Fender growled and frowned and sat up, and the blanket only covering his privates. No, she's mine, and you or no one else will be taking her away from me, he yelled, his lip curled up into a snarl. I stared at Fender in surprise. He had really meant what he said before. I looked at Fender meant for a second, but anger wheeled into me as I remembered what he put me through. I glared at him, and I heard Noah chuckle. Before, it was not an ordinary laugh. It sounded more insane. A knife glinted in her hoodie pocket, and she circled the bed. You love her, but does she love you? She questioned. Fender's face fell as he looked at me, his signature smirk replaced with a sad smile. Do you truly love or even like me, Skylar? He asked, but it came out as a mere whimper or whisper. I froze as my thoughts were just jumping into a tornado of thoughts of emotions. Do I really love him? The thoughts swirled in my head as Fender and Noah waited for an answer. He did kidnap me and took away my innocence. Then he stalked me and such. But he did it only the way he knew how. I looked at Fender and nodded slowly. His face changed from a bad, mellow expression to one of pure happiness. He hugged me and held me close. His embrace was strongly welcome. I closed my eyes and slowly melted into his embrace. It just felt so right for some reason. Now, will you leave us alone, Hellfire? Fender ordered with a wave of his hand. How about no? She snapped back, her hands in her pocket, and Fender growled. Leave, he yelled out of frustration. She shook her head without another word. I was picked up by a black tentacle. I was still naked. I held onto the covers, trying to cover myself. Fender reached out and grabbed me and pulled me away from Slender's grasp as he held me close. You will not touch her. He brawled in rage as he glared at Slender and Hellfire. She'll be coming with us. She is not safe with you, brother. Slender simply said. She has a choice if she wants to stay or she can leave me. His voice cracked with sadness as I felt the wrath of in pity. He probably never had someone he really cared about. I was about to discuss my thoughts when a pair of lips pecked mine. I blushed. Offender laughed. "You look so cute when you blush," he said. I dug my head into the blankets, trying to cover up the growing blush on my cheeks. I knew what I wanted. I wanted Offender, even if he had to take my innocence to make me realize it. I pressed my lips on his softer ones and smiled. He tensed up, surprised, but slowly melted into it. The kiss. I pulled away. "I know what I want," I said as I looked at everyone in the room. "I want to be with Offender."